Hi, I'm Grace from London. Please like and subscribe. When I was little, my mom worked for this rich woman who was the third cousin of the daughter of the king. The rich woman had a fabulous life. She and her daughter Gigi, who was my age, lived in a beautiful mansion. They went to the spa every week and on vacation every weekend. But the only thing was that the paparazzi never left them alone. They camped in front of the house and hid in the trees to get a glimpse of Gigi and her mom. Gigi and I looked alike, so I'd often pose as her decoy. I'd walk out the front door in her fancy clothes and smile for the paparazzi, while Gigi snuck out the back into a tinted SUV and speed off. Life was great until Gigi and her mom moved back to their family and mom lost her job. We moved into a tiny house and mom had to work 2 jobs just to afford the rent. I hated being poor. It caused my mom to get off work really late, so I decided I had to be rich one day. I worked harder than ever in school so I could get a good job and make a ton of money. Then one day I was called into the principal's office and she gave me the best news ever.
Congratulations, Grace. You've been awarded a scholarship to one of the most prestigious private schools in the city.
I was over the moon, but there was one big problem. My new school was filled with rich kids. There was no way I was going to fit in. That night I had nightmares about them laughing at me and chasing me through the halls. The next morning, I woke up and prayed that I could win $1 million. And then the craziest thing happened.
I talked with your Aunt Maddie. She lives near your new school. You'll be staying with her so I can save some money.
I jumped for joy. I just hit the jackpot. Aunt Maddie was a filthy rich lawyer. She was so generous that she'd recently adopted a daughter my age. That evening, Aunt Maddie's chauffeur picked me up in a limousine and drove me to her mansion. My adopted cousin Victoria greeted me at the door. She looked like a supermodel, aside from these huge glasses that were way too big for her face. Victoria took me to my room, and as I was unpacking, she kept staring at my clothes.
Whoa, what happened? I've seen homeless people wear better clothes.
I was so embarrassed I started crying like an idiot. They're all I have. I'm poor.
Oh, don't worry about it, Grace. I've got your back. You can borrow some of my clothes. I've got plenty.
Victoria led me to her room where she opened a walk-in closet twice the size of my mom's house. When we got to school, I strutted like a superstar down the hallway, and all the kids couldn't stop staring at me. In class, the teacher asked us all to introduce ourselves and share something interesting about our families. All the other kids came from wealthy families that owned huge business empires. Some even had parents who were famous celebrities. When the teacher asked me to introduce myself, I walked to the front of the class. I felt really nervous. I couldn't tell them about my poor single mom who worked as a janitor at a beauty salon and waited tables at a 2-star restaurant. Then suddenly, something strange came over me and the most unexpected words just the hell out of my mouth. Hi everyone, I'm Grace and I'm an heiress to the throne. Everyone in class stared at me like I was a unicorn. I took out my phone and flashed one of my photos from a magazine and the kids went wild. Victoria appeared out of nowhere and pulled me to the side.
Have you lost your mind? You're just told everyone a big fat lie.
My mind is right where it's supposed to be, if you must know. Plus, it's not really a lie.
You are Gigi stand-in. My mom told me all about it. You're stealing her identity.
I'm just borrowing it. She won't even notice. Victoria walked away that a bunch of popular kids ran over to me. My plan was working like a charm.
Are you really in line for the throne?
Yep, it's a very real possibility. Everyone in line before me is old and sick.
I thought you moved back to Europe.
That's fake news.
But aren't you living with Victoria?
Yes, my mother wants me to have a more grounded experience among commoners, but it's just temporary. Tata, sorry. No more questions today. Maybe we can have crumpets and tea later. Then Damien, the most beautiful boy I'd ever seen, patted me on my shoulder and my heart skipped a beat. His sparkly brown eyes and warm smile made my heart flutter.
Your Highness, would you do me the honor of coming to my party tonight?
Yes, please. That night, I raided Victoria's closet and found the perfect dress. I pranced around in the mirror, flashed my prettiest smile, and practiced kissing my hand.
What's up with you?
I told Victoria all about how Damien invited me to his party, and she looked pissed.
Don't you mention that jerk to me?
He's not a jerk. He's really cool, and he looks like an angel.
Listen, you'll have to regret it if you choose to hang out with that idiot.
Are you sure we're talking about the same guy? Damien's at the top of our class. He smells like fresh strawberries. He's super cute and the captain of the football team. He's perfect.
Never mind, I'm out of here.
Victoria stormed off in a huff, but I didn't have time to figure out. We'll put a bee and herb on it. I had to get to Damien's party, of course. Damien's party was awesome. We danced together for hours, and at the end of the night, he gave me the most romantic kiss.
You're amazing, Grace.
I know people tell me that all the time.
I've never met a girl like you before.
After that, Damien and I started dating and we became the hottest couple in school. My popularity was through the roof. Even Victoria stopped shaking her head at me every time we passed each other in the hallway. Life was great until things took a horrible turn. One day, one of the rich kids invited me to an exclusive restaurant. I was busy enjoying my caviar when I looked out the window and saw Victoria and Damien having a heated argument across the street. I was about to go out to snoop on them, but our waiter, Brian, this geeky kid from my math class, stepped into my path.
Excuse me, you forgot to pay for your food,
He gave me a bill of over $200. I was invited to this party.
and we've been told everyone is paying their bills separately.
So without thinking, I handed Brian my bank card.
I'm sorry, but your card has been declined.
That's impossible. I'm heir to $1 million fortune.
We also accept cash.
This is no way to treat royalty. I want to speak with your manager now. I dragged Brian to the side. I was so afraid he was going to call the cops on me that I decided to tell him the truth. Listen, there's no way I can pay all that money. Maybe we can work something out.
You rich kids always try to take advantage of people. Please pay so I can do my job. Aren't you from some royal family anyway?
I'm seriously not a rich kid. That was all a big lie. I just wanted to fit in. Suddenly, tears started streaming down my face.
Oh geez, please don't cry. Listen, I know what it's like to want to fit in with the rich kids. I'll put it on my tab, but you have to pay me back this month.
I was so relieved I felt like a huge weight had been lifted. I did. It was good to tell the truth, but then it hit me. If Brian exposed me, my fabulous life would be destroyed. Could you please keep my secret?
Sure, but only if you agree to tutor me. I'm kind of struggling with calculus, and I saw you got 100 on the test.
I happily agreed. By the time I was done with this drama, Victoria and Damien were gone, and neither of them answered their phones. I called my driver to take me home. I waited in my room for hours but didn't hear a word from either of them. I was really curious about what they had been arguing about. About a few minutes after midnight, I woke up to hear a car pulling into the driveway. I looked out the window. It was Damien and Victoria was in the passenger seat. I saw red. I raced down the stairs and ran straight into Victoria. Why are you sneaking around with Damien?
We aren't sneaking around.
I saw you two arguing at the party.
It's complicated, and I'm really tired. Can we talk about it later?
It's not complicated at all. You're a jealous witch and a boyfriend stealer, and don't try to deny it. You hate that I'm more popular than you and that Damien's in love with me. Victoria marched to her room and slammed her door in my face. Something fishy was going on between those two, and I was going to find out what. The next day, I asked Damien about Victoria.
Don't worry about it, babe. She's my partner for a school project. We were only talking about that. You know, I only have eyes for you.
After that, Damien got really busy with football practice, so I focused on school and tutoring Brian. To my surprise, I enjoyed hanging out with Brian. She was smart and funny, and we were both huge fans of classical music. One night, he played one of Mozart's concertos on the piano for me. That was beautiful. I didn't know you were so talented.
I'm kind of a music prodigy. That's how I got a scholarship to our school.
A couple of weeks later, Brian aced his calculus test.
I'll be playing that piece you like and a new song I wrote for you.
You wrote a song for me? Brian blushed. And so did I.
It's a thank you for all you've done for me.
I wouldn't miss your concert for the world. That night, just as I was getting ready to go to the concert with Brian, Damien showed up in a tuxedo. What are you doing here?
You're funny. I told you I was picking you up.
Oh God, I totally forgotten that Damien had invited me to be a state for his family's annual charity ball.
Come on, we don't want to be late.
Damien took my hand and rushed me to his car. When we arrived at the ball, Damien's parents were excited to meet me. They spent the whole night introducing me to all their fancy friends and bragged about how their son had landed the heiress to a throne. I needed a breath of fresh air, so I went out into the back alley for a bit to find Damien and the school's head cheerleader kissing. When they saw me, they turned as white as bed sheets.
It's not what it looks like.
Actually, it is. Damien and I are in love.
I was going to tell you after the party. I just wanted to impress my parents by saying you were my girlfriend. You're their favorite royal, and they've been dying to meet you.
I slapped Damien hard in the face and stormed out of there. The next day, Brian marched up to me at school with a huge scowl.
I waited for you for over an hour and you didn't even call.
I'm sorry, I had another engagement.
Like what? Your fake royal duties? If you didn't want to go, you should have just told me you didn't have to play with my feelings. I may not be one of the popular kids, but I don't deserve to be treated like trash.
Brian stormed off. I was gutted, and just when I thought the day couldn't get any worse, I got an alert on my phone. A gossip website had done a news report on me and outed me as a fraud. All the kids crowded around me like an angry mob. I ran outside and straight into a bunch of crazy paparazzi. They chased me through the parking lot. I darted down the street and jumped into a cab. Get me out of here, please. The driver hightailed it out of there. When I got home, I raced up the stairs and locked myself in my room. Then suddenly, someone unlocked my bedroom door. I was panicking. The police would arrest me, and my mom would be so ashamed. Everything would fall apart. But in the end, thank goodness, it was just Victoria.
I told you all this would blow up in your face. The lying, and most of all, Damien.
Was he dating you too?
No, gross. Damien and I lived in the same foster home years ago. Damien hates that he was poor, and he won't tell anyone he's adopted, or that he and I know each other from a foster home. You're not that different. He just wants so bad to fit in.
That information nation hit me like a ton of bricks. At that moment, I decided to make a change. I apologized to Victoria and sent Brian a dozen I'm sorry memes. And I came clean to everyone at school. After that, everyone turned their backs on me. but I had Victoria and I eventually made friends with some nice kids. Ryan and I started talking again after I offered to tutor him for free for a year. In the end, I realized that being a popular fake royal didn't hold a candle to being surrounded by friends that loved me for me. Hi, my name is Zoe. Please like and subscribe. I have no idea where I was born or who my parents really were. All I ever knew was my orphanage and the kids there. But once when I was 5, I saw a magazine in a trash bin and I fished it out. As I flipped the pages, I came across a picture of a beautiful couple. They looked perfect. I was certain my parents looked like that. I cut out the picture and tucked it under my pillow. The next day, a couple came to the orphanage and the head mother took me to meet them. I looked at their faces and remembered the photo in the magazine. Nah, I'm not going with them. And with that, I ran off to hide. Basically, after that, I refused to get adopted till I met a couple of my dreams. By the time I was in 1st grade, most of my friends had left. One night, as I was looking out the window at the stars, I spotted some paint cans and brushes by a wall. I climbed down and started painting on the side of the building. I thought it looked really good, but the next morning I woke up to the head mother's screams.
I want everyone downstairs now.
As I joined the rest outside, she pointed at my painting.
Which one of you brats made this nonsense? Speak up.
Just then, a car drove up to the orphanage and I was shocked. It was a beautiful couple, exactly like the one in my picture. Okay, not exactly, but close enough. Suddenly, the woman said,
"Oh wow, who painted this wall mural?"
Me. It was me. The head mother turned purple while the couple told me I was so talented and then they adopted me. When we reached their house, my jaw dropped. It looked more like a palace. They took me to my beautiful room and a maid walked in with paints and brushes.
You can paint the walls however you like, sweetheart. Go crazy.
For the next 2 years, I lived my best life. Grand birthdays, party on yachts, exotic vacations. My parents kept me by their side and were always boasting to their friends about how talented I was. I felt truly loved. Then one day in 3rd grade, I went downstairs to find them crying. Mom, Dad, what's wrong?
Oh, darling, these are happy tears. I'm pregnant after trying for 10 years. I can't believe this is happening.
It would be awesome to have a sibling. I fell in love with baby Polly at first sight while she and Mom were resting in the hospital room and went to the vending machine to get candy. But when I returned, the room was empty. I ran to the reception, and the lady there said that my family had just checked out. Wait, what? I felt panic rise in my chest. Just then, a kind-looking doctor approached me.
Sweetheart, is everything okay?
I got lost. Can you take me home, please? The lady dropped me home, and I stormed off inside. I found my parents in my room, and all my stuff was outside. Mom, Dad, I'm here.
Good to know. Why are you announcing it?
Hello, you guys forgot me at the hospital.
No, I didn't. Did you hit your head somewhere? And can you please pick up your stuff?
Turns out my parents had decided to convert my room to Polly's nursery, and I was shifted to the room in the other wing of the house. As Polly grew older, she had my parents wrapped around her little finger. Once when she was 2, we were having dinner when she jumped onto the table and pushed my bowl of hot soup onto my lap. Gosh, Polly, what's wrong with you?
Don't talk to her like that. She's just a baby. She doesn't know what she's doing.
As I stormed off to change, I didn't feel too sure about that. By the time Polly was 4, my parents felt worried because she still only spoke in her baby language. One time when I was watching television, she suddenly climbed onto the couch.
Zoe, I hate you. You're disgusting.
What? What did you just say?
You heard me.
And with that, she smiled and started watching television. Just then, Mom and Dad walked in and I shouted, "You won't believe this. Polly can talk like proper words."
What? Oh, my baby, I missed it. What did she say?
She said she hates me and I'm disgusting.
Wow, Zoe, really? She just started talking and she's saying words like disgusting rubbish?
I swear.
Oh, be quiet, Polly. If you can talk, say, "I love you, Mommy."
Hefkihi.
You've got us excited over nothing. Zoe, I don't know why you're turning into such a brat.
Oh my god. I was convinced my baby sister was a psychopath. One night I looked at the symptoms of psychopaths online and they were usually highly intelligent and used big words from a young age. Polly seemed to fit the description perfectly. She started talking properly in front of everyone soon, but that just made things worse. When I was in 11th grade and Polly was 8, my parents decided to host a grand New Year's party. As I was getting dressed, I looked up in the mirror to see Polly standing behind me holding a pair of scissors. Hey, that's dangerous. Give it to me.
You didn't say please.
Then she suddenly chopped off the lock of hair. Oh my god, why'd you do that?
You will see.
And suddenly her bottom lip started to quiver and tears welled up in her eyes.
Mom, Dad, look like Zoe did. My beautiful curl. This is a treasure.
Mom and Dad came running and they were beyond furious. They wouldn't even listen to me.
We know you're jealous of Polly, but we never thought you'd go this far.
Sometimes I wonder if we made a mistake adopting you.
Sometimes, I think I made a mistake too, thinking you were the perfect parents. With that, I ran off to the park across the street. I was sitting on the swings when someone joined me.
Hey, is everything okay? Why are you here by yourself at night?
I live right across the street and I'm fine. Why are you here?
Oh, I just moved here with my aunt in the house next to that huge mansion.
I felt myself warming up to his kind face, but just then my tummy let out a loud growl. God, how embarrassing. But he didn't laugh. He just leapt off the swing and said,
I got to head home for dinner. Would you like to join me and my aunt?
When I got to his house, I was in for a surprise. His aunt was that doctor who dropped me from the hospital years ago, and she actually recognized me. As Lucas walked me back home, a clock somewhere struck midnight and fireworks exploded all over the sky. Happy New Year. He suddenly took my hand and my heart raced a little.
Everyone should have someone to kiss on New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, Zoe.
He pulled me closer and they leaned in for a kiss. My parents decided to give me the silent treatment for the next few weeks. But I didn't care. I'd spend all my time after school painting my room or hanging out at Lucas's place. We'd started dating and I was loving every second of it. One night, I let Lucas in through my window and we were making out when suddenly we heard the lock on the door click and someone flung it open. It was Polly. Oh my God, how did you open the door?
I have keys to all the rooms, duh. I come here all the time. So why are you keeping your boyfriend a secret from me?
You're seriously asking why? Maybe because you're a complete psycho and you'll find a way to ruin anything good in my life.
Jeez, you're so melodramatic. So, Mystery, how soon can you marry Zoe and take her away?
What? I can't marry her right now, but...
Wrong answer.
And with that, she fled the room. 2 minutes later, my parents burst in to find me sleeping peacefully.
Where's the boy?
What? What boy?
Polly said, you had a boy in your room.
While I was sleeping, so I don't know what crazy Polly saw. Go ahead and look. My parents searched my room, and the servants searched the grounds and found nothing. After they finally left, Mystery appeared right after that. That Polly thought she knew everything, but I've been here longer than her. But to my horror, the door flung open again, and my parents and Polly were standing there. How does she even know? All hell broke loose as my parents called over Lucas's aunt and threatened to hand him to the police for breaking in.
Please, sir, it won't happen again.
You bet it won't. Do you even know who I am? Stay away from my house or you'll regret it.
As Lucas's aunt dragged him off, Dad turned to me.
You're grounded for eternity. God knows what kind of people your parents were because you seem like a really bad egg.
Well, by that logic, your parents must have been big jerks.
How dare you talk like that after everything we've done for you? You're just an orphan no one wanted and we saved you from that miserable place.
No, you took me because you just wanted a talented child to show off, but since Polly came, you've reminded me every day that I'm not your kid. As I paced around my room furiously, my eyes fell on a stuffed teddy bear on the shelf. It was the only present Polly had given me once, and suddenly I had a realization why. I pulled out the teddy bear's eyes and I saw what I'd suspected. There was a tiny camera behind one of them. Polly had been using it to spy on me. I looked straight into the camera. Polly, you're a creep, but this is the last time you'll mess with me. And with that, I ripped it out and smashed it with my foot. That night I packed my paintings and climbed out the window, leaving the house behind forever, and it felt good. But I didn't go to Lucas and went back to the orphanage.
Well, I just knew you'd be back one day. You can stay, but you'll have to earn your keep.
I started teaching kids in the orphanage and I felt happier than I had in ages. One day, as I was going to class, a car drove up and I was shocked to see Lucas and his aunt. Lucas ran to me and gave me a bear hug.
Zoe, Mystery, and I were wondering, would it be okay if I officially adopted you?
Thank you for that, but I don't need a parent. I can take care of myself. I'm just happy to have you as my friend. I kept dating Lucas while I worked my way through college. Soon after my graduation, he went down on one knee with a ring, and of course I said yes. We got married in a small ceremony, but I made sure to invite all the kids from the orphanage. We had the sweetest wedding day ever. A year later, I gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, and my heart soared with joy. I'll work hard to give you the best life possible, and I'll make you always know that you're truly, truly loved. True love cannot be bought with material things. Everyone deserves to be loved and valued. Independence and self-belief are the keys to overcoming challenges and finding happiness.
Hi, I'm Emery, and this is my story. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. When I was a kid, my parents always fought a lot. Mom got so fed up that she yanked me out of bed one night and snuck me out the door. Mom, I'm sleepy. I want to go to bed.
Shh. Quiet.
The next thing you know, we'd moved to a tiny apartment in a strange town, and I hated it. I screamed and cried for Mom to take us back home. Take me back! This is whack! I tried reaching out to my dad, but he was always too busy. That made me sad. But Mom found ways to cheer me up. Eventually, I got used to our new place, and hanging out with Mom was pretty cool. After a while, Mom met someone new. Soon they were married, and we moved into a new house. My stepdad was nice, but his daughter was a witch.
Hey Naomi, welcome your new mom and stepsister.
Welcome them. Dad, they're poor. Why are we keeping them here and feeding them? They're disgusting and gross.
Haha, she's just kidding. She's a little shy. She's a sweetheart once you get to know her.
Naomi was the worst. She threw ketchup in my face, turned the lights off when I was reading, tossed my clothes out the window, and stole all my toys. I tried to tell my mom what was going on.
Hey babe, we're guests here. Naomi is a bit spoiled, but we have to learn to accept her.
Thank God Naomi and I didn't go to the same school. Naomi went to an expensive school for brats, and I begged my mom and stepdad to let me stay at my old school. But a few years later, things took a turn. My stepdad's company lost a ton of money and he couldn't keep up with the bills.
Girls, money is tight, so we'll have to enroll both of you in public school.
Public school? No!
Naomi threw the biggest tantrum and refused to eat for a week, though I caught her sneaking cookies from the kitchen at night. On the first day of school, Naomi acted like a total spoiled brat.
Hey everyone! You may see this girl talking to me, but that doesn't mean we're related. She's just our maid.
No, she's our maid.
No, she's our maid.
No, she is our maid.
No, she's our maid.
Naomi and I fought all the time. We shouted at each other in the hallway, had a food fight in the cafeteria, and one time during science class, we started shoving each other and accidentally hurt the teacher who was trying to separate us. She ended up with a broken nose. The kids thought we were insane. Neither of us had any friends. I mean, I couldn't blame them. Naomi was a crazy witch and I'm cool, but shy and weird and insecure and invisible. So yeah, after weeks of being outcasts, we grew a bit closer. Just a bit. 'Cause we were lonely, and we only had each other. Then one day in first grade, our parents sat us down to give us some news.
We're gonna have a baby.
Oh really? That's cool!
A baby? Why would you go and do a stupid thing like that?
The baby came and my parents were so happy.
A beautiful little boy.
Isn't he precious? Let's call him Sam.
I fell in love with Sam immediately, even though he was annoying. He cried a lot and peed all over the place. Naomi avoided Sam like the plague. She'd lock herself in her room and only came out to eat.
Look at his stupid, dirty face. Oh my God. Why is he throwing food everywhere?
I played with Sam every day.
You're so good with him. Honey, could you watch Sam while Dad and I run some errands?
Sure, no problem. As time went on, Mom and Dad started leaving him with me all the time. Eventually, I was Sam's permanent babysitter. When Sam turned 2, he turned into a maniac. He drew on the walls with crayons, smashed an expensive vase, and poured milk in my dad's office drawer. And they blamed me every time.
That vase cost a fortune. I'm taking it out of your allowance.
But it's not my fault.
I told you so.
Told me what?
That the brat was a bad idea. It's only gonna get worse.
And Naomi was right. One day, I had a huge chemistry test and told my parents way in advance that I needed to study. But they still shoved Sam in my face and just left. I'd had enough. I dropped Sam off in Naomi's room and headed out the door.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm done with this family. I'm out of here.
You can't just leave me with this thing.
Watch me. Look, Sammy, she has cookies. Sam grabbed Naomi and I walked out the door.
No, get away. Leave me alone. Help.
I hopped on the bus and went straight to my dad's. He was out of town when I got there, so his maid let me in. For the first time in a long time, I had peace and quiet. My mom and stepdad freaked out when they found out I'd left, but I refused to come back. In school the next day, Naomi ran up to me looking crazy.
I can't take it. Please come back home.
I thought you hated me?
I do, but Sam's a demon. He tore up all my clothes and flushed my makeup down the toilet.
Sounds like you're getting a taste of your own medicine. I turned to walk away, but then Naomi started bawling like a big baby.
Please, I'll do anything. Just come back home.
Okay, maybe I'll come back, but on one condition. You have to do what I say when I ask.
No way. I'm not your maid.
You won't be my maid, you'll be my assistant.
That's even worse.
Take it or leave it. Naomi reluctantly agreed. But even if she hadn't, I'd have moved back anyway because I missed my little Sam. The thought of him being ignored by my shallow parents and selfish Naomi made me sick to my stomach. I moved back in, and whenever our parents left us with Sam, I'd set up a schedule, so Naomi and I shared the responsibilities. Things were great for a while, but they took a turn. When Sam turned 10, He stole my mom's diamond ring and gave it to his classmate to impress her.
A pretty ring for a pretty girl?
Are you crazy? I can't take this.
Sam got so mad he punched the girl in the face. Then he sold mom's ring to his friend.
I'll give it to you for $50.
40!
Deal!
One day, Sam's teacher called my parents in for a meeting. Of course, they were too busy to go and sent me and Naomi instead.
We came because our parents have leukemia.
Oh my god!
No, she means anemia.
No, I think I meant amnesia. They're getting old and crazy.
They're just sick, and we came instead of them. Can you tell us what the problem is?
Sam gave one of his classmates a black eye. He broke a window, and he's been terrorizing the other students.
When we got home, I went straight to Sam's room. We need to talk about what's going on with you in school.
I'm busy!
If you keep this up, you might get expelled.
Get out!
Sam slammed the door in my face. He was very stubborn, but I wanted to help him. When my mom and stepdad came back that night, Naomi and I told them everything.
It's those mean kids, they hate me. And they're always making fun of me because I don't have nice things.
Oh, darling, we're so sorry.
We'll buy you new clothes.
Then Mom took Sam on a shopping spree. I couldn't believe they fell for his act. Later that night, my parents went out of town for a business dinner, and Naomi and I were watching Avatarworld videos in my room when Sam appeared out of nowhere.
Hey, stupid witches, you're gonna pay for telling on me.
Get out of the way, psycho! We're trying to watch TV.
Sam pulled out a huge jar of crickets from behind his back and smashed it onto the floor. The crickets landed in our hair and all over our clothes.
Ha ha ha! Get them, my pretties!
A couple of months later, Mom and Stepdad called us into the living room to tell us we were moving into a brand new fancy house.
So wait, we're rich again?
Yes, we have twice as much money as we had before.
Thank God! I hated being poor.
Now I can go to a fancy college.
Only the best for my daughter.
A month later, Naomi left for college in another city. I could have gone away too, but I was too worried about Sam. So I got enrolled in a college close to home. But soon after, my stepdad enrolled Sam in an expensive private school, and he started hanging out with these spoiled rich kids. I had to make sure that he didn't get into some big trouble. In my sophomore year, I was reading in the park one day when suddenly I spotted a big dog running at crazy speed with a guy my age trying to grab his leash. His name was Alex, and he was a senior in my university. I gave him my hoodie, and we ended up talking for a while. I hadn't even realized 2 hours had gone by. Oh shoot, I gotta go. I gotta check in on my little brother.
So how? How do I get your hoodie back to you? Maybe I could take you out for dinner tomorrow?
Oh, I'm sorry, but with the university and some things at home, I really don't have time to date.
Gotcha. Well, here's my number. Just let me know where I can drop it then.
He started walking away, and so did I. But a part of me felt like I was doing the wrong thing. Hey, wait! How about a coffee tomorrow?
Sounds like a good place to start.
Alex and I started dating, and being with him just made me happy. For the first time, it felt like someone was noticing what I needed and was taking care of me. But things at home with Sam just kept getting worse. He was skipping classes and getting detention all the time. And then some creepy guys started coming around the house looking for Sam when my parents weren't home. When I asked him who they were, he just told me to mind my business. Then one night, Sam came home with a bruised face. Are you okay? What's going on?
I'm fine, sis. I can take care of myself.
Sam, I can't be your babysitter forever. I have a life of my own, and one day I'll just leave.
Then leave. My life, my choices. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change.
Then he just hugged me and cried. The next morning I tried to talk to him, but he was already gone. I'm worried about Sam. I think something's going on with him.
You worry too much, honey. Sam's fine.
Have you seen his face?
He said he got hurt during football practice.
Soon after I graduated, Alex proposed. And I was over the moon! I'd have to move out, but I would only be 10 minutes away from Sam. Not that he seemed to care much either way. And on my wedding day, Sam was nowhere to be found. I kept calling him, but I couldn't get through. And we couldn't postpone the ceremony any longer. I felt so upset that he had missed this. But 2 hours later, I finally got a panicked call from Sam asking me to pick him up from some bad neighborhood. You're not a baby anymore. You just ruined one of the most important days of my life. I've always been there for you, and you couldn't even be there for me, even today. I started to give up hope of fixing him. I was fighting a battle alone, a battle that wasn't mine. And my parents just made things worse. Sam failed high school, but my stepdad paid the school board to give him passing grades. It made me so mad, but I had no say in the matter. Then one day, the company I worked for gave me an amazing job promotion if I moved to California. It was a great opportunity, but I felt unsure. Alex supported me either way, but I tossed and turned all night, thinking about what to do, and finally called Naomi.
You've got one life, Emery. You can either live it for Sam or live it for yourself.
Sam had started interning at his dad's firm, but I observed him for some weeks and saw that he still had the same kind of friends and was still blowing money and partying the same way. And I finally made my decision.
What? You're going to California? That's across the country. I need you here, Emery.
No, not really. You only need me around to clean up your messes. But I'm done doing that. Sam, you were right. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change.
Emery, please. You're all I have.
You've got Mom and Dad, and they'll take care of you in their own way. You're their kid. I just can't be your parent anymore.
But you're my big sister.
And I'll always be there for you as that. So when you decide to fix your ways, come and see me, okay? I love you, Sam, but I'm leaving. It's time.